All right, social media check-in.
All right, first one comes from Jamil Khan, a Brad Squad VIP member. I'm waiting for my humanitarian reinstatement approval. I'm in the F1 category. My substitute sponsor is my mom, and she is a permanent resident. If I get married in the next few days, will my case be transferred from F1 to F3?
Well, was it your who? I guess it was your dad who sponsored you, and he passed because you're asking for humanitarian reinstatement. If your dad was a United States citizen, it would go to F3. If your dad was a resident, then that would be the end of the case because you can't be married and be sponsored by a resident dad. So what happened, maybe I didn't explain myself well, or maybe I did, I'm not sure, but let me explain myself again. Apparently, his dad filed for him and passed, and now his mom is substituting in on a humanitarian reinstatement. The mother's a resident. But what matters is what was the father. The father's a resident and you got married and the case is reinstated, you go from F2B to nothing. If the father was a U.S. citizen, then you're in the F1, unmarried of a U.S. citizen. Your mom substitutes in to your dad's shoes. Even though your mom's a resident, you're still in the F1 category, and you get married, you go to F3. So it's what your dad is, not what your mom is. Or your dad was, because he passed.
Jivy Dwayne Albright on Facebook. Who qualifies as a co-sponsor by USCIS?
Anyone who's a U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident. There's over 300 million of them.
Esiagin Ayabuvo on YouTube. Is it possible to get out of removal proceedings with the new DHS memo if I am in court for denied adjustment application?
Are you talking about the prosecutorial discretion? The answer is yes.
Okay, Francesca Mart on YouTube. Is it true that someone with an I-485 pending for over 2 years can now pay a certain amount to get their green card?
Not true. Fake news.
All cap.
Mm-hmm. All cap.
All cap.
All cap.
All cap. CJ on YouTube, I've had a green card for over 6 years and want to apply for citizenship, but when I start to put in dates outside of the US, it comes to over 800 days. Would it be a waste of time to even file for citizenship?
If you've been out of the US for more than 30 out of 60 months, and you had a trip that was more than 6 months out of the US, you may be wasting your time.
Della Moore on Instagram. Been hounding me on Instagram for this one, so please listen. Yeah.
Hounding.
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 Sheesh.
Hounding. Oh, well, I'm sorry, we're out of time. No, I'm only kidding.
Sorry. No. If I file for VAWA 3 months after getting prima facie and in the same month I get my biometrics appointment, what is the next step? Will I get a work permit and travel documents?
Only if you filed an adjustment application. If you didn't, you're going to be waiting years.
Chatan Tande on YouTube, is it required to wait 90 days after entering the U.S. on an O3 visa before filing an AOS?
No, because an O is a dual intent visa.
Cherry or Cherie on YouTube. I have my 10-year green card and want to know if I can file for my citizenship, but I don't want to stay with my husband because he's not being faithful. Can I do it myself?
Do you have a 10-year card? If so, and you have been a resident for at least 5 years, the answer is yes.
Mama Cincy on YouTube, I am currently adjusting my status from a B2 visa. I am married to a U.S. citizen. I am working remotely with a company in my home country, but currently in the U.S. Will I have any issues?
You're working remotely, not in the United States, but you're working remotely in another country. You're not employed in the U.S.
Remotely in the States for her home country.
She's in the U.S. She goes on Zoom, and she's getting paid in her home country, and all the employment is over Zoom or whatever for her home country. That to me is not unlawful employment in the United States. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.